Despite strong individual performances from the Tigers, it's been an overall team effort that's brought such success. Sports Showtime's Abby Terrio has more from Alec Box.
This weekend, the Tigers face the Central Florida Knights, led by former LSU assistant coaches Terry Rooney and Cliff Godwin. LSU swept the Knights in all 3 games this weekend, capping the series off with a 16-0 shutout victory on Sunday. Leading the Tigers at the plate this season is sophomore Leon Landry, whose 5 home runs over the first 7 games have helped LSU outscore opponents 80-18.
Feels great, and I'm just really trying to see the ball right now and put a good swing on it, but fortunately for me, I get a little backspin on it and a couple of them fly out of the park. But I don't know, it's just something I really wanted to work on this year, my offense, and so far so good.
Pitching for the Tigers this season has been lights out. Following Anthony Ronaldo's 10 strikeout performance on Friday, Austin Ross matched the fellow sophomore with 10 strikeouts of his own, allowing only 2 hits. Ross was later named SEC Pitcher of the Week. Coach Maneri spoke of Ross's performance after the game.
I was really happy with the way Austin and Ross threw. I thought both he and Ronaldo took big steps forward from last week to this week. I think Austin looked at what Anthony did on Friday night as a real challenge for him today, but he threw extremely well.
Also for the Tigers this weekend, sophomore shortstop DJ LeMahieu had 10 hits and 15 at-bats with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. The Tigers' bats couldn't be stopped this weekend as they compiled 47 total hits over the 3-game stint. Tonight, Coach Paul Maneri and his squad will put their undefeated record on the line as they face the University of New Orleans at Privateer Park. They will return home this weekend to face the University of Illinois.
The first pitch tonight is set to be thrown at 6:30. Also, the LSU Sports Department has decided to move the opening pitch of the Tigers' Wednesday game from 7 to 5 p.m.
The women's basketball team was also on the road this weekend. Coach Van Chancellor took his Lady Tigers to the place he once coached and came out with the victory. LSU won by a final score of 59-48. Junior Allison Hightower continued her consistent play this year, contributing 12 points and 7 assists. With the win, the Lady Tigers clinched the number 3 seed in the SEC tournament and a first-round bye. They'll play the winner of Mississippi State and South Carolina Friday at 9 p.m.
As we've seen from intramural sports, Les Miles doesn't have the only football team on campus. The LSU Golden Band from Tigerland was out on Saturday to showcase some of their own skills on the gridiron. Reporter Carter Bryant brings us a closer look at the action.
The Golden Band from Tigerland decided to play some pigskin as they hosted their annual flag football tournament. The 2-day double elimination flag fest began this past Saturday, with 4 teams moving on to championship Sunday. Sunday started off with a defensive struggle, with the Baretones edging out the Trombones 6-0. In the winners bracket, the Drumline was able to control the clock with their spread option attack for a 12-0 victory, despite the Trumpets' Andrew Barnes' double-digit tackle effort. Barnes commented about the similarities between band and football.
It's still a playing field. You just have to try as hard as you can and just do whatever you can to help out the team.
For the right to play in the championship game, the Baretones played the Trumpets in an epic battle. Yesterday's game was decided on this amazing play. Yet on Sunday, with less than a minute remaining, Dane Appleberry connected with Thomas Powers for a deep touchdown to tie the score at 12. Appleberry was then able to convert the PAT for the victory. In the final, drum major and head official Rob Dowey decided there would be only one game despite double elimination. This proved costly for the drumline as the air attack for the men in black pulled away early for the Baretones as they won 20-7. After the game, Captain P. Michael Hayes talked about his team's performance.
I love this flag football. I love the section. I'm so glad that we were the team that we were, and we had the personnel that we had.
Reporting for Sports Showtime, I'm Carter, the Power, Bryant.
The band proved they could do more than just march on the football field.
Well, it's time for our first commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have the results from the track and field team this weekend.
And the LSU gymnastics team went for their 4th win in a row on Friday. We'll have all that plus the top 5 plays of the weekend. You're watching Sports Showtime on Tiger TV.
The 6th-ranked LSU gymnastics team continued their winning ways on Friday against the 9th-ranked Gymbacks of Arkansas. Though none of the Lady Tigers finished in the top 3 all around, it was still a strong team victory. The Lady Tigers had at least a share of first place in each individual event, including senior Ashley Claire Kearney winning titles on vault, bars, and her local favorite floor routine. LSU took the victory by a final score of 196-15 to 195-8. The meet against Arkansas marks the end of the SEC meets this season. The Lady Tigers will host the second annual Etta James Memorial Meet this Saturday at 6 in the Maravich Center. The Lady Tigers came out with the win, but it wasn't perfect. Our own Alex White was at the meet on Friday and has his report on the team's narrow victory.
When LSU fans arrived at the PMAC, they were expecting another commanding performance out of the 6th-ranked Tigers against conference foe and 9th-ranked Arkansas. Instead, fans saw a meet that included a plethora of mistakes on both sides, with neither LSU nor the Gymbacks of Arkansas looking their best. While junior Kayla Rogers led off on the vault with a 9.9, not one of the other supporting cast members were able to step up, leaving junior Susan Jackson and ACK to once again have to get the team over the 49 mark in the event for the night. However, to close the night off, the Tigers struggled immensely on the floor, with junior Sabrina Franciselli falling after just being subbed into the lineup during warm-ups, and the Tigers having to absorb a shocking debacle from Susan Jackson, who's normally a lock to produce on the floor.
If Sabrina would have hit that first tumbling pass, her other 2 tumbling passes were stellar. That was a 9-9 set. And I'm going to go back to that routine again, I'm going to put her back in the lineup again, and show that she can do it. You know, it's those kinds of things. You know, I mean, it's a good team.
In the end, however, the Tigers were able to keep the lead due to some Arkansas miscues on the beam and pull out a 196.15 to 195.8 win. While a win is a win, the Tigers are capable of doing much better and will need to do so to compete against the nation's best come Nationals in April.
I will put this team as good as any team we've ever had, as good as any team in the country. But we have to do it.
With the SEC schedule coming to an end, the Tigers now look forward to their Etta James Memorial Meet this Saturday night versus NC State. For Sports Showtime, I'm Alex White.
The team is now ranked number 11 in the national gym rankings.
In LSU tennis, the men's team took on UNO Saturday night. The weather wasn't pretty, but the tennis was. The Tigers had no problem early, winning 2 of 3 doubles matches for the first point. From there, it was smooth sailing for LSU. The Tiger freshman from England, Neil Skupski, took his first victory of his freshman season, winning his match in straight sets. And Canada native Julian Gauthier did the same with an impressive win, 6-1, 6-2. In the end, it was all Tigers as they won 4-0. As a matter of fact, the match went by so fast that 3 matches weren't even finished. But that wasn't the only W LSU took on Saturday. They also defeated the Ragin' Cajuns earlier Saturday in a similar fashion. The Tigers will begin SEC play this Friday against Auburn at home.
Trampling the Cajun course of Lafayette, the Lady Tigers tennis team took home a dominating 7-0 victory against rival ULL. LSU took the doubles point with wins from duo Hannah Robinson and Nicole Smith and number 15th ranked Megan Falcon and Mikala Hedberg. The Lady Tigers then swept singles play with the day, ended in a hard-fought victory from Hedberg. After falling in a close first set 5-7, Hedberg came back to defeat ULL's Angela Dangon to clinch the sweep. The team continues play on the road Friday, taking on Auburn.
5 Tigers achieved personal titles at the LSU SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships. The Lady Tigers took runner-up behind Tennessee, while the men fell to 6th place overall. Walter Henning and Trindon Holliday each recorded their first SEC indoor victories in the 35-pound weight throw and 60-meter dash, respectively. Junior Samantha Henry led the women, capturing titles in both the 60-meter and 200-meter dashes. For one last chance to qualify for mid-March's indoor championships, the team will host the LSU NCAA Indoor Qualifier this Friday at the Carl Maddox Fieldhouse.
We're going to take another quick intermission, but after the break, I'll sit down with 2 of Sports Showtime's own experts in the forum.
And later, we'll have our top 5 plays of the weekend. Stay tuned to Sports Showtime on Tiger TV.